Alright, welcome back to The Sand is Wet. We are... get it? Because I'm a pirate, whatever. We need to find... This last time... Oh, hey there. You look tired. Was the whole day a busy one then? Yes, I've done my best. I don't judge you. Sometimes you just need to be alone and relax. There are plenty of beauties around. Not that kind of busy. I was just cleaning my cabin. Is that what you call it? Alright then. Can I talk to you about these pills? It's the first I've ever seen them. We don't have a doctor, but I reckon Bran used them to treat something. Thanks. Very informative. Oh, it's funny that you decided to find out about this. I just have something for this time. What's on your mind? No preludes. You give me something, I'll give you something. Something? Bring me a pistol which Anna had to return back to the armory, and I'll give you a bottle. Why do you need that pistol? She keeps forgetting the hands over her weapon, and I don't want her to get in trouble. Why don't you just ask her to do it yourself? Look, I'll be straight with you. She doesn't really forget. She wants to keep it. And as you know, it's technically against the rules. You mean that gun under her bed? Nay, that's her personal. Wait, how do you know it was under her bed? Well, you know, she just told me, you know? You just told me. So let's help each other. I feel like there's some trick here. No tricks, believe me. Learn to trust the team. Say I agree, but what happened to Ethan then? Bring it and I'll tell you. I mean, what could go possibly wrong? It's not like a video game where, you know, you do the task and then something else happens and then, you know, just everything goes wrong. Why are there so many girls on this ship? Never heard of female sailors. You have a problem with it? No, I don't mind, I'm just curious. They even got their own cabins. That's an amazing set of circumstances. Without going into details, let's just say that Bran wasn't opposed to surrounding himself with women. I see. What about the locked door over here? You know something about the closed door? Aye. Can you tell me about it? Aye. And would you? Nah. Come on, please. Come on, man. Don't be like this. Let's go find the pistol, I guess. Let's see. Complete the quest, lay down the arms. Ask Anna, take a gun from Anna's cabin. Where is Anna? Is she on the deck? I forget who Anna is. Are you Anna? No. You're Olivia. There you are. Gave her a note. You need to return the gun. You need to return the gun. Did my brother send you? Doesn't really matter. You're violating local rules. Yeah, well, this stuff happens. Want to punish me for it? I'm just hoping for some cooperation. Of course, in your dreams. Ma'am, I can literally overcast you right now. I can just maroon you if I choose. How did she react? She threw it into the ocean. Alright, cool, fantastic, great, nice conversation. Again, that looks like a Henry arm. Alright, take the gun from Anna's cabin. I will be back. Where is your cabin, by the way? It's been a second since I played this. Which one? Which one? There it is. Need to hurry before Anna knows I'm here. Hope said he didn't need this one. Oh, there it is. The right one. I need to get out of here. Carefully close the door and turn to return to Philip. And turn to return it to Philip, but you were met face to face with Anna. Oops. Looks like a pesky thief broke into my cabin and stole something that doesn't belong to him. I'm the captain here. I can go inside your room whenever I please. Yeah, it's gone. Okay. Look, I'm sorry, okay? Or should I be... I mean, there was a weasel around here earlier. Just say I was chasing someone. But no, I've been spotted doing... Okay, well, I didn't really want to pin the blame on Benno. Alright, well, you know what, Anna? I don't like you either. You're a wiener. Got you your gun. Splendid. Tell me now, what was the story? Really want to know? Well, Bran forbade Ethan from drinking on the ship, even though there's no such thing in our own code. It's just for him. Sounds complicated, but I think I understand. But why did Bran choose to punish him like that? Probably already heard that once he got so drunk, he stripped down naked. Completely naked. Can you imagine? Yeah, I heard something like this. But that's just the beginning. He made a terrible mess of things. Okay. I'm all ears. Started harassing women. Then he relieved himself in a barrel of rum, fired a cannon at our friendly ship, and leaped into the ocean. Barely got him out. Okay. Well, it's up to you. I have nothing against his antics, as long as he doesn't use guns anymore. Interesting. So, turns into a whole maniac. Turn to Ethan. Or even is he? So he just turns into a whole maniac. He opened the brig's door and saw Olivia rummaging near the crates. Wonder when she had time to get here and not meet with me on her way. My words are like so... Every time I read a visual novel, it's just my words die. It seemed as though she didn't notice you, so you had the opportunity to enjoy the view of her rear. When did the storyteller come into play? Should I simply call her? Does she have a cell phone? I don't know. Or do I do something a little more daring? I can call her, or I can ruin my entire relationship and slap her. You know what? I'm all for ruining relationships and being a general idiot when it comes to human interaction, so let's be the worst captain that there ever was. Okay. It's not expecting... Captain Brooke, what do you think you just did? I said hello, of course. That was incredibly rude. I'm disgusted with your manners. But the girls back home like this greeting. Well, as you can clearly see, I am not a girl from back home, Captain. I'll let it slide this once, but I would prefer you don't do it again. Alright, cool. I would say that was worth the achievement I just got. Hey lad, do you want to help the old man? Sure. Great. You see them crates? They're completely worn out. Looks like they'll fall apart at any second if there's nothing done with them. Want me to fix them? Hey, Captain, I'll do it myself. Just bring me my hammer. It should be somewhere in my belongings. If people can't just find their own things. Okay, cool. Great. Find the hammer in Bill's hammock. Why? Why would I do this? Where is Bill's thing? Someone help, please. So it was on the orlip. Oh, okay. What are you poking around for? There's nothing to take from the old man. He's whatever that is. Bill asked me himself. Haha, sure, whatever. Whatever, man. Attention has also been caught by an old key. Maybe it's for that locked room. She's about to get in there as well. The key has obviously not been used for a long time. I don't think Bill will even notice it's missing. It'll only be a second, just a tiny glimpse. We decide to wait until nightfall. Okay, let's go return the hammer though. Here you go. Wonderful, thank you kindly. Cool. I wish doing these little tasks would like improve relationships, but I don't know if I can like date him. A rusted key. Man, I'm not doing so good here. I have like a 50-50%. Dislikes rationality. Okay. Whatever. Let's see, return to Ethan. I don't know where Ethan even is. Wait for night in your cabin. Return to Ethan. Where is Ethan? Went up on the deck and heard a strange splash of water and unintelligible singing from somewhere from the starboard. Looking around, you didn't find anyone nearby. You slowly approached the edge and glazed around the water. Blue, smooth surface of water stretched to the horizon, but no one was visible. You concluding that it was just your imagination, and you were about to move away from the side when you heard another splash. You turned back around and saw a girl appearing from the water. She posed playfully, baring her half-naked body with a clear view and smiled cheerfully at you. Never seen anything or anyone like her before, but she barred a strong resemblance to one of the pictures in Philip's books. You there. Hello. Do you speak Nostanian? Do you speak English? Girl made a funny sound as if she had taken water in her mouth and purred. So you mean gurgle? Is that the word you mean? It's one of my favorites. Even my oysters love it. Oysters, you say? Are you a mermaid? Do I look like one? Yeah, I have adult content turned off, so all I'm seeing is a very blurry picture right now. Well, you have something that looks like a tail. Those are fins, not a tail. Come down to me, I'll show you. Nah, I'll pass. Can't, my skin will quickly dry out if I go on board. My clothes will quickly get soaked. Then why don't you take it off? You know what? Why don't you... Don't. Come on. Sorry, but I can't. How bore you? Well then, so long, human. I hope we'll meet again. These words, she disappeared under the water. Fantastic. Yeah, I don't... If I've learned anything from Greece and Rome and Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, it's that, you know, generally going with sea creatures who are female, generally doesn't end well. Where the heck is Ethan? There you are. About that ban. Suppose you know everything. So ashamed. I did. I'll understand if you decide to keep the ban. I haven't decided what to do with you yet. Let's have a drink first and I'll give my verdict. How's that? Aye. And they believed it? I was shocked myself. If it weren't for that stupid hat, I'd be dangling from a noose. You know, I always wondered why you were so closed off and quiet compared to the others. Now I realize it was just because you were sober. Yeah, you're probably right, Captain. That time I really went overboard with the rum. Felt like my body was on fire and I could have sworn the sun was talking to me. Let me guess, it told you to undress. Exactly. At that moment I felt so free. I wanted to climb the mast and be embraced by the wind. But then the team began to run after me and I don't remember further. You really know how to have fun, huh? But I hope this doesn't happen again. Ethan, can you tell me something about the team? You know, I want to understand how to behave with everyone. Yeah, sure, but only about 2 of them. Why only 2? We're almost out of booze. Fine. Let's ask about Olivia. Miss Brown is a very well-mannered person. Have you ever listened to Anna talking to her? I probably would have strangled her in her sleep if she spoke to me like that, but Miss Brown perfectly puts Anna in her place. She probably goes for people who are understanding, strong, and caring. Okay, let's ask about Benno. Ben, he's like a brother to me. He doesn't talk much, and I believe he's also an orphan. Really motivating to watch him joke around, have fun, cook, and not lose heart. He's a great lad. Okay, lad. That's enough. Thank you, Captain. No problem, man. I love you. You're great. You're cool. Wanna kiss you? Let's go to that locked door. Boy, I wonder what's behind this locked door. Looks like the key fits, but I should probably wait until Bill is sleeping. No, right? How do I pass time? How do I do this? How do I wait for the night in your cabin? Very well. This action cannot be undone. Go to sleep. I guess I'll go to sleep. Lie down on your newly made bed and close your eyes. What a wonderful day. I ruined my relationship with Olivia. I flippin' found a key. You had a dream that took you back to the past, a warm, naive past that was long gone. All of a sudden, something didn't feel quite right. Just a few seconds after that revelation, there was a knock at the door. What is it? Captain, our bellman saw a ship in the distance. Is that a reason to wake me in the middle of the night? Sails without a flag. Managed to identify it as a bandit schooner. Pirates without honor who do not follow the code. They're trying to slip by us unnoticed. And we, if you remember, need to improve our financial situation. Are you suggesting we trade with them? Nay, we should loot them. Come. Without waiting for your answer, Bill turned and quickly walked off. He hurriedly dressed and ran out the cabin after him. Where is Edward Kenway when you need him? Almost the entire crew were on the deck, closely watching their ship sailing not far away. They realized that this would be the perfect opportunity to earn some respect among them. Rising to the helm, you take a deep breath and turn to the crew. Alright everyone, listen up. We're pirates, are we not? Now this is the time to approve it. They might be dangerous, but we must not lose. Have you finished? If you keep yapping away, they'll surely hear us. Clamped your mouth shut in embarrassment. Made a mental note to prepare a better speech for next time. Meanwhile, the crew broke off in whispers. They hurried to grab their gear and take their positions. Shall we board them or fire them first? Which option is better? It's safer to shoot, but we'll have a chance to loot them more if we board. In our current situation, wouldn't it be best to board then? Boardings are vicious. Usually a good portion of our crew is lost, if we win at all. It's a big risk, not to mention all the wounds and severed limbs the rest of us could get. Alright. I understood the gravity of the situation and couldn't decide how to move forward. Taking a deep breath, you looked at Lauren. Her face didn't reveal any signs of fear, which reassured you a bit. The crew isn't afraid, and their captain must hold on as well. Alright, and we fire first before boarding. Aye, Captain. Stepping off the platform, you noticed Anna hastily loading gunpowder into a musket. It might be your first battle, but don't crap your pants, because then we have to buy you new pants, and we don't have any money to buy you new pants. Couldn't come up with the comeback, so you just leaned against the door. Leaned back against the door to your cabin. Raised your palms to your face and saw that they were shaking. Fabian, what's happened to you, man? Just think about boobs. Now to calm you down, several cannonballs boomed across the ocean. Quickly hid under the stairs. Your heart was pounding so fast that you could practically tap dance to its rhythm. How I wish I were anywhere but here. Anna and Bill were loudly issuing commands. They even seemed to be looking forward to when the ship catches up. There was very little time left before the boarding starts. Both teams fired volleys, and the cries and cackle of your enemies were audible. Pull yourself together, Fabian. You're a man. You're the captain. You perked up for a second and felt the strength in yourself to stand firmly on your feet and lead the team into battle, but reaching for your saber, you realized that you had left the weapons in the cabin. Ships lined up and the battle began. Explosions and shots thundered from all sides. It felt as though the whole fleet was fighting, not just two ships. Vicious laughter and gruesome screams ripped through the air and forced you to press your hands to your ears. Several bullets hit the hull of the ship, and one even flew dangerously close to the stairs behind which you were hiding. Crap. Now look at all of us, except for me. Most of the team was on the edge of this side. I already had entered the battle. Bill, like a fearless sea wolf, stood to his full height and aimed at the enemy with a pistol, while Philip had already chosen his victim from those who managed to get on board the drunken dragonfly. Tonight we'll be sending you to the Sea Devil. I can just hear, like, Edward Kenway just yelling fire over and over again. Fire! A sea battle, or a real sea battle, between notorious thugs was the most cruel and vicious spectacle you had ever seen. The embittered, grinning faces of the opponents were frightening, and you panicked more and more every moment. Phil, behind you! Part of the enemy team moved to your ship, and you heard the sound of steel colliding with steel. They're already here. You need to arm yourself somehow. Staying low to the ground, you crawled from under the stairs and towards the cabin, in the hope of taking a weapon, or at least delaying the inevitable for a while. You reached for the handle, but a terrible roar sounded from behind, and something that looked like a club hit you on the back of the head. Ow. Your vision darkened and you collapsed. Well, I would say we did well. Screams and gunshots continued. Battle wasn't over yet. You clutched your head and felt the warm blood coat your fingers. Somehow you managed to get to your feet and lean against the door. Saw how several opponents surrounded Anna, not far from the armory. Anna! Sounds of battle drowned out your voice. You knew that she, despite her ferocious nature, was in a hopeless situation. You needed to help her somehow. Too late to run for your weapon, so you frantically began to look for something you could make shift as a tool. The entire deck was littered with broken boards, torn sails, and shattered glass, but none of them were suitable weapons. Every second that passed, Anna's position in the battle worsened. 3 opponents blocked the girl from all sides, denying her any chance of escape. Can't attack without a weapon, but maybe I can distract them. You rushed towards them and, picking up a bottle rolling along the deck, threw it towards them. Closing your eyes in fear, you heard the distinctive sound of a blow followed by a loud crack. You opened your eyes and saw that one of the attackers was on the ground, unconscious. The other 2 stared at you in bewilderment. Noticing your lack of weapons, they bared their teeth and laughed. This is it. Suddenly, sharp claws dug into your back. Felt some creature crawling up your spine. Your scream was so loud and long that the enemies faltered for a moment in shock. In an instant, you saw a ginger rodent you were hunting climb onto your shoulder. Heyo, look at him go. With a vicious hiss, he threw himself on the face of one of the opponents. Anna took advantage of the confusion and pierced the 3rd attacker with their saber. Oi, you brute. She winked to you, hastily returned to battle. Still paralyzed by the sudden rush of adrenaline, you looked around the deck and the nearby battle as if you were dreaming. Only the cries of the enemy lying nearby brought you to your senses. Stop, that's enough. The weasel turned to you and tilted its head to the side. Its body language seemed to be asking, are you sure? Pain in the back of your head returned with a renewed vigor and you staggered. At that moment, a ball whistled between you and the animal. You lost your footing and fell to the ground. Vision began to darken yet again. The last thing you saw before losing consciousness was the full moon. You heard a familiar voice from somewhere far away. Mother? I ain't your mother. Quit lying around and get up. You opened your eyes and saw Philip in front of you, covered in blood and soot. Is it over? Did we win? Aye, we won. Are you hurt? Gods, no. My head is killing me. Any casualties? Ethan got wounded. Helped you up and you looked around the ship. Team had the surrendered opponents tied up. Here's the ones we captured. What would you like us to do with them? I say we finish off these peoples. Looked at the 5 surviving members of the enemy vessel. They were on their knees with their heads down. Up to you, Captain. You thought over your options. Lauren jumped up. I know these smugglers from dealers' hands. They're drug dealers and slavers. They deserve no mercy. We wanted to make money. We got their loot. Why should we take their lives? Their hold is full of Calgard whisper. Bill glared at you meaningfully. He slowly shook his head from side to side. Nobility. Nobility is a decent quality, but not always, Captain. As people profit from human suffering, should have no mercy. Alright, sure, I guess we'll murder them. Very well. They deserve their fair punishment. Anna let out an enthusiastic cry. Alright, calm down. The prisoners groaned and shook with fear. Bill nodded, waited until Anna, Philip, and Lauren stood behind the captives and gave the order with his hand. Cut! The sound of the blade piercing the body and the screams of the smugglers made you shudder. Naturally, this decision is to stay with you for your life. What about their cargo? He's gonna seize their cargo. Take anything valuable. Drugs too. We'll figure out what to do with them later. No, Ethan oh, no, Benno doesn't like me. Your decision clearly did not please your team, but no one tried to challenge this order. It seemed that everyone was aware the money was tight. I mean, I thought the cargo was what we were after. I mean, sure, we could, like, just toss the drugs, but, like... I'm trying. Team began to transfer goods from the hold to the Dragonfly. Turned back on them and leaned against the side. Lauren moved back to the Dragonfly and approached you. So, Captain, how was your first battle? Did you have fun? You exhaled heavily, holding the wound on the back of your head with your hand. Okay, never mind. On the bright side, most sailors pee themselves during the first fight, but you look clean. Now that it's over, shall we sail to the port? Nah, we need to sell everything and fix the ship. Sell a decently sized hole in our baby. Lauren smiled and stepped aside to help the others carry goods aboard. Miss Brown emerged from the hold. She slowly climbed onto the deck and, carefully weaving her way through the debris, came up to you. Can't stand all these battles and boardings. How are you? I imagine my first fight a little differently. The girl wanted to say something, but a whistle from behind cut her short. Turned towards the sound. Philip emerged from the hold of the stricken ship, dragging a sack of loot over his shoulder, leading an unfamiliar girl on a leash. Interesting. She flew... What is that word? What does that word mean? Hold on. She phlegmatically, in a way that shows you were not easily made angry or upset. Interesting, I've never heard that word before. Glanced at the picture unfolded on the deck and fixed her gaze upon you. That look made you feel uncomfortable. Look what I found, Captain. Exotic. Another smuggler? Doesn't look like it. She was locked up. Who is this? An elf? A dark one? Do you want to take her? In honor of losing your battle virginity? I wouldn't recommend taking her if I were you. The tribe she comes from is deceitful and vicious. She would integrate herself with us and manipulate us to achieve anything she's able. She would integrate herself with us and manipulate us to achieve anything she's able. I think that means the second she's able. What about the code? Yes, exactly. If she really is a prisoner, she should be released. That's what the code says. Never seen an elf before, especially not a dark one. As a child, adults would say that they were hiding in the shadows to steal naughty kids to scare them into behaving. As you grew older, rumors about the attacks of these people These warlike people on your ships in your kingdom began to reach you. So Bill's fears were definitely warranted. I proposed to take her to the port and sell her to some lover of curiosities. I'm sure there are perverts who would be willing to pay a fortune for such a catch. The elf flashed her eyes menacingly, but did not take her eyes off you. She seemed to understand what you were talking about. Do you speak our language? She gave you a short nod. Great, it'll double the price. I warn you, don't talk to this witch. Who knows what's on her mind? So, Captain, shall I deliver this hellcat to your cabin, or in the meantime? Sure. Why not? Reinforced by Bill's warning, told you it was better not to risk it. Not gentlemanly to leave her to her fate. Lock her up in the hold. We'll take her to the port and let her go. Bill frowned and shook her head. Sometimes I regret that because of the code it is impossible to act as the sole ask. We'll be sorry we didn't send her to the devil fish, whoever that is. With those words he left, defiantly knocking his wooden foot on the floor. Philip led the captive into the hold, and all the others gradually dispersed to their places. Anna clapped her hands a couple of times and approached you. Hey, Captain. I hate to say thank you, but you're welcome. Took another look at the damage done to your ship and wandered back to your cabin. The wounded Ethan was hardly standing by one of the barrels, with Benno next to him. How bad is it? I'm fine. Captain, we need to take Ethan to the hold. I'll try to treat the wound and bandage it. Okay, help me bring him there. God, it's all just gone south. Put the guy over your shoulder and led him to the doctor's cabin. Ethan laid down on the bed and pulled up his clothes. The wound was quite deep. Oh my, I don't know, Captain. We need to get to port as soon as possible. Try to treat the wound, we'll figure out what to do. Breathing heavily, you left the cabin and met with Anna. Anna, Ethan is badly injured. We must hurry to the nearest port. I'll go check on him first. What we deem as severe are different here than on land, Captain. If it really is that bad, I'll tell Lauren. You nodded and hurried to your cabin. Closing the door behind you, you leaned back against it and let out a stifled groan. Your eyes watered and your chest tightened. Trying to distract yourself even for a second, you looked up. Pleasant sea view was soothing. You rubbed your eyes and walked towards your bed. Buddy, you're here. No, look at him. He's so adorable. I don't even have the strength to catch you. Carefully sat down next to him. Weasel's muzzle was covered in blood, and you remembered what had happened recently. You know, I wasn't thinking properly back there. I wasn't thinking about properties back there. Those thugs probably would have ended my miserable life with a single blow. Looks like you saved me. Weasel purred and tilted its head to the side. Truce. In these dangerous seas, it is better not to make enemies for yourself, but to make friends. Ferret looked intently into your eyes, as if conceived. He put himself in a more As if he was conceived, he put himself in a more comfortable position and went to sleep. Despite your tiredness, your wound, and your desire to lie down, you didn't want to drive the animal out of bed. A knock sounded on the door. You went to go open it. Captain, we're finishing soon. I think it's better to flood the ship. Less problems later. Of course, if you say so. You are more experienced in such matters. And one more thing. This prisoner of yours tried to jump into the water, though Anna calmed her down quickly. He chose death over another captivity. Who knows? Anyway, I suggest to leave that until tomorrow. Old man sighed and left. Perhaps waiting until morning is not the best idea. What if this elf gives us another surprise? While the team was completing the robbery of the defeated ship, you decided to go to the brig and visit the captive. I need to find a save point, please. Wow, that is a very interesting way that we have tied up that elf. You entered the brig and saw a bound elf hanging from ropes under the ceiling. It was evident that Anna tried her very diligently, even with notes of sadism. My voice is dying. You obviously made her mad with your escape. You expect me to put up this status of a live cargo? trying to remember how like dark elves sound in Skyrim. What do we do? Do we study her in the ways of the science, or do we leave her be? Let's inspect further. I understand your motives. It would be bad if you throw out something else. I'll have to check you out. Your head friend is already... Okay, that's not what I expected you to... Lightly ran over her body, checking for hidden objects. Oh, that's what you... I wish... If the options would have been a little bit more clear on what I was trying to achieve. Girl trembled slightly at the touch. Sure, let's continue, because we're such a lover. Go a little further and touch your breast with your hand. Even in this position, I can make sure that you will not be able to enjoy your dignity for another year. But for now, you decided not to risk it. There were plenty of legends about dark elves magic, and there was something about dignity there too. On that ship, dealer's hand, you were a prisoner? You could say that. Were you also someone's gift? I was a prisoner, but no one hung me up by ropes. I agree. Anna overdid it. It's redundant. The spectacular movement. You took out a knife from your belt and began to cut the ropes. In a few minutes, you realized that a bread knife is completely unsuitable for this task. Hesitating, you hid the knife back and began to unravel the knots with your hands. It turned out to be surprisingly complex, and the fingers did not cope well with the unaccustomed task. Finally, you were able to bring the girl down to the ground. Be patient, we will soon sail to port. Will you sell me into slavery again? You will sell me into slavery again, I understand. I really don't want to do this, but we're pirates, you know? How about you tell me about yourself? How did you end up on the dealer's hand? What do you want to know? Okay, I'm gonna save the game here, if I can. Can I? Save. Okay, so next time we will... Man, that was quite the episode. Next time we will talk to this elf. I'm trying to cope still with everything that's happening. I will see you guys next time. I go back to the main menu because this music is so loud. I will see you guys next time. And oh, there she is. Okay, I will see you next time. Goodbye. Take care. Where's the exit button? Oh, there it is. Okay, bye. I can't handle being a pirate, man.